Hello, my crypto people, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today we have a very special, juicy crypto news update, as we're basically going to be covering everything important that's going on in the crypto space right now. From sanctions to resistances to ETF proposals, everything that you need to know about crypto today is going to be covered in this video. So make sure that you press that like button. First of all, what a crazy time for crypto. I think you guys are all agreeing with me here that we are going sideways, and really, it is not too action-packed, but in reality, the crypto market is recovering, dumping, recovering, with actually some pretty interesting margins right here. There's just not really a clear trend. We're not really sure if we're going up or going down right now. And I honestly think the heat map gives you a good idea of this as well. We've just been ranging for the longest of times. You can see here, ever since the midst of February, we have been at about the $40,000 level, bouncing below it, bouncing above it for a little bit, but basically centering around this level without really too much deviation from it. And then to quickly state, logically speaking, we're looking at the prices right now and thinking, well, the most important resistance lies at about 39.5 thousand, because that's again clearly a top, which you can see has been hit once, twice, a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time, a whatever, 6 times, 7 times, 8th time. However, the heat map here shows that $40.1-ish thousand is most likely the most important resistance around for right now, if we exclude the, I guess, previous resistance at about 39.9/40,000 on the dot. But let's skip that for right now. Let's see what else is going on. So I actually just checked out a report here by CoinShares. It's actually published just now, the March 7th. And one of the interesting things that they showcase here is the weekly crypto asset flow. And even though as of this point, you might look at this and think, what can we fetch from this? What does this mean? Well, not necessarily much, except for the fact that if you're looking carefully, this week is actually the biggest number in terms of asset flows for the entirety of 2022. That was actually quite surprising to me. Looking at the number, I thought, this means absolutely nothing. It is very low in comparison to the end of 2020, but in reality, for the entire year here, it's been the highest number thus far. And having said that, I've stated a couple of times before, but I honestly believe that the crypto market is just growing piece by piece by piece. We're seeing a couple of times where all the charts are looking to go downwards and whatnot, but the adoption really isn't. And as a couple of billionaires have described over time as well, the demand of crypto far outweighs the supply. And we're seeing that in terms of how many companies are just holding and not really letting it go of their crypto. Having said that, take a look at this article right here. VanEck files for new ETF to track crypto and gold mining companies. The ETF will track securities in an index that measures the performance of gold mining and digital asset mining firms along to the filing, or according to the filing. And to me, what that showcases is that these companies, VanEck here, they're trying to get some sort of crypto ETFs out there that they know are valuable to have as being the first, basically. They can't get a Bitcoin spot ETF, and so they're just trying to get a couple of things out there, as they are very bullish on the industry. They know they make a lot of money this way through the ETF as well, but they're bullish on this industry. They know it will grow, and then eventually these things will just have to be accepted, so rather just spread it out as you win a couple and make crazy amounts of money off of it. Alright, that was our first part of the video here about what exactly is going on the broader scale. Now, there's actually two additional parts. One is on the regulatory end and the other one is on the sanction end. I want to cover that in this video too, so if you're excited for that, make sure you press that like button just to help these videos out even a little bit better. And guys, I have made a TikTok. Yes, I have done it. And I've started to upload a couple of things on there. This is the first video I've ever done with the face. And funny enough, it is just talking about why I think XRP will do extremely well in 2022. It's my first little thing. I'm trying it out, All right, so take a look at this article right here. Shark Tank investor Kevin O'Leary says he's working with U.S. senators to pass crypto-friendly policy. We've said it a dozen times before. Crypto regulations will come into place quite shortly. It'll most likely be a couple of these very big influencers like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, who cares, some of those guys, Kevin O'Leary, who are gonna set a couple of pivotal steps in that. Meaning, right now, a lot of the crypto people have said, get regulations, come on. SEC has said, yeah, we're working on that. We're seeing. The Senate and everything like that has said, yeah, we're seeing. And they're all doing this really shady, slow, not really what crypto people want type of stuff. And I'm thinking it is going to take a couple of these major mainstream influencers like an Elon Musk, for example, to state, SEC, senators, what you're doing with crypto right there, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And that's mostly because right now the majority of the higher net worth big behemoths in tech and whatnot, they're not really that liking to crypto. And if, for example, an Elon Musk, he's actually really on the edge, on the line here. But let's say, for example, if a Bill Gates steps on and says, hey, I like this stuff, but what is going on with the regulations? Those regulators really can't beat around the bush as much when those bigger guys start hopping on. And for example, the guy behind Apple, I would say even Tim Cook right now has a lot of authority to state what is going on with the crypto regulations in the US, and it'd make a very big difference for the pressure that's been put on top of them. Again, they're not doing that just quite yet for some reason, but it will come. And right now, Kevin O'Leary is a good example to kind of set up bases to give these regulators an understanding of how all this crypto stuff works, as they really, really most likely don't understand or know or care for it. While also keeping that pressure on for being a very influential person that you can't really beat around the bush too much. Again, there's a very big difference between being a very wealthy person as a baseline or being a very influential person. If we're, for example, looking at the biggest director of LVMH, very wealthy, very influential in I guess fashion and whatnot, but his Twitter, even though it might have a ton of followers, so I don't think that his stance or anything like that on crypto regulation is going to have the biggest of effects. While Bill Gates or Tim Cook, I think that works a lot better. But again, that's just my own thoughts, though, right? And it might not mean anything. Then again, let's move on. Exclusive EU to sanction more Russian oligarchs, Belarus banks over Ukraine invasion. Don't want to cover it too in depth. Just want to quickly put that out there. It is going on, and the new executive order by Biden could be very much influenced by whatever we are seeing right now, this second, on all these different decisions that are being made right freaking now. All these sanctions could have an effect because they're going to be thinking, in what way can crypto be used to? Okay, in what way could crypto be used to? And even though Brad Gullions and a lot of the guys have said, well, crypto regulations, they need to be in place, but crypto is not going to go along this or basically spur up the sanctions or anything like that. We've just seen it with Binance right now. Binance literally said they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that they don't hurt innocent customers. However, they did release a statement just now that some people have gotten their fiat on and off ramps blocked, and they literally said it's not up to them, they can't do anything about it, because you got to remember, cryptocurrency transactions on their own might theoretically speaking be able to be sent for all the time, in the same sense that cash can always be sent. You can always grab it, pick it up, and walk to somebody else. You can always do that. In the same sense, you can always grab your grains and bring it to somebody if you really wanted to. It's all about the on and off ramps, the accepting party to abide by the rules and all that for a proper system to be in place. And in the same sense, the cryptocurrency exchange, what exactly does that have to do with these sanctions from the get-go? It's about getting the money on there and getting the money out of there, literally, that the sanctions lie, which is why I think the U.S. is most likely going to take it way out of proportion and focus solely on that, when in reality, it's not such a big part of it. But again, that is just my thought process for right now. Again, most likely the crypto regulations will come in a lot quicker because of the entire situation, because they just want to kind of close all this stuff down. At the end of the day, I'm not sure if this is going to be good or bad. We'll have to see. This article from a little bit earlier was also rather interesting because right now the US Treasury urges crypto exchanges to register with FinCEN. It kind of showcases what I've just been saying for the last 2 minutes here. Most likely they're just thinking, wait a minute. So this is what they're going to be thinking. If cryptocurrency transactions are not really the problem for the sanctions stuff, it's only the exchange on and off ramp. We want all the exchanges of data and information to see all the Russian, for example, people, but also to see what type of transactions are coming in and out, to make sure that they're abiding by all the rules and that they're registered for all this stuff. It makes sense from a very good perspective, but it might speed all these things up a lot quicker, which at the end of the day, I think is a very bullish thing for crypto. Even though short term, it's a little bit annoying sometimes, longer term, it is nice. And then I want you guys to remember this right here. Eleanor Tourette tweeted this, and I want you guys to just quickly remember this for the rest of your lives. It turns out that even the SEC staff aren't really confident they'll do well in these crypto cases against crypto companies like, for example, Ripple. A source close to the SEC tells me Hester Pierce has expressed privately She thinks the SEC will not get the outcome it is looking for. At the end of the day, guys, crypto regulations right now are an absolute joke. They're trying. In a very strange way, they're trying. And eventually they'll do it right. The question is just when and what type of results it'll bring and what type of decision will be made first. But it's coming. It is coming. It is coming. And I think the whole Russia situation is just going to speed things up quite significantly. Then again, not sure if it's going to be good or bad. We will have to see. Having said that, guys, if you're not yet, make sure you follow me over on Twitter. A link for that is going to be down below. But also, again, make sure you check out the TikTok. Make sure you check out the Instagram. Links for all that stuff is going to be down below. Always, always, always. You can already see it at DDusTBC. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.